Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. This is a story of how Louis Vuitton is no longer run by the Vuitton family. This is Bernard Arnault. He is one of the richest men in the world, multi-billionaire status. Not too many people know about him. He's not a tech guy like Elon Musk, nor does he have Amazon like Jeff Bezos, but he's right behind them. He is the owner of Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, the luxury house conglomerate. And this is Henry Recamier, who brought the brand Louis Vuitton to international fame and status from 1970 to the 1980s. These two were seemingly friends who became frenemies. As they say, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer. The first sponsor of this video is GoCashBack. GoCashBack is an extension that you add to Google Chrome. And when you're shopping online, GoCashBack is partnered with so many retailers, and the extension will automatically apply the cashback to your purchases. Now, I took a look, and there are so many retailers from Macy's to Sephora, Bloomingdale's, and the percentage you get back is higher than some of the other extensions and cashback programs that you find out there. So it's super exciting, and you get a bonus for signing up. Be sure to use my code so both you and I get bonuses, and who doesn't love shopping bonuses, especially during the Christmas season. Now, the brand Louis Vuitton was created in 1854 by Mr. Vuitton himself. Now, when he passed in 1936, his son George took over the business, and when he passed, his son Gaston Louis took over the business. So now this brand has been family owned for a century, and there's quite some history to this family and quite a fascinating story to how Louis Vuitton himself came to be the luxury retailer of travel items. Henry Recamier, who I mentioned in the beginning, married into the family in 1943 to Odile Vuitton. So that is his connection to the family. So when Gaston Louis passed in 1970, Henry Recamier took over. He was able to grow the brand from 1970 to 1984 from 20 million to 260 million net worth. He decided to take the company public in 1984. That means shares were available for the public to own a piece of the company. In 1987, he joined arms with the brand Moet Hennessy, champagne, spirits, and cognac in order to create a conglomerate. So the purpose of this conglomerate was to prevent any single group or person to hostile take over and buy all the shares to buy out his company. Of course, Louis Vuitton and Moet Hennessy start to argue. That is when Henry recruits Bernard. He says, "Hey man, be my friend." Now, a little history about Bernard Arnault. He started his career as a real estate developer. He had his sights on the takeover of Bossac Saint Frère, a textile empire that happened to own Christian Dior. So they were in trouble, and he saw an opportunity to take over by befriending the family Lazard Frère, and was able to purchase Bossac Saint Frère for 1 franc, 1 French dollar. So at the time, Christian Dior was not making money. Bernard Arnault was smart. He grew up watching his mother dress in Christian Dior. He knew the value of the name. Upon the takeover of Bossac Saint Frère, he laid off 9,000 workers and earned the name of the Terminator. He did keep Christian Dior and the department chain Le Bon Marché. He was able to turn around a profit for Christian Dior in the tune of $112 million by 1987. The Vuitton family had total control of Louis Vuitton in 1984 before it was sold to the public. Recamier was still in charge of the Louis Vuitton brand. So again, he formed Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy as a protection from hostile takeover from a big corporation or entity from the outside, but failed to recognize who was going to take over from the inside. When he began to disagree with the executives of Moet Hennessy, that is when he called on Bernard Arnault to buy shares in LVMH in 1988. Now here's where it gets messy, because LVMH was formed so that nobody would take over from the outside, but now Bernard was on the inside. And once Bernard and Henry started to disagree about the vision of Louis Vuitton, the brand, Bernard took another $600 million and purchased another 13.5% of LVMH, thus now becoming the largest shareholder and ousting Henry Recamier. Bye-bye, Henry. Recamier sued but lost and was forced to step down. Now, this type of takeover was common in American business practice, but never before seen in France. Now earned him the title, the Wolf in Cashmere. Since then, he has tried this tactic with Gucci and with Hermes by secretly buying shares under their nose, which they were able to stop. Those stories are for other videos. It's very interesting. Anyways, he's been able to grow LVMH in the same way he grew Bonsac by purchasing these luxury brands Celine, Christian Lacroix, Givenchy, Fendi, and most recently Tiffany & Company. Okay, I know I'm butchering some words here, so you pronunciation police, you're gonna send me messages. I know, okay, whatever. I'm American, I'm not French, apologies. Anyways, just delivering you the story. So off topic, today you can actually visit the family home of Louis Vuitton. It is now open as Les Galeries by, of course, LVMH. The family did move out in 1964, but it is now a museum. It is in, how do you say this, Asnières, which is just south of Paris. And it's actually managed by Louis's great-great-great-grandson, Benoit Louis Vuitton. He works for the company as the corporate director of art, culture, and patrimony. Yes, he's an employee. He probably holds a little bit of it. Okay, by the way, just now completely off topic, it was just announced not too long ago that clients can now visit VICs. It's the Rochambeau Ranch in Alvarado, Texas, just south of Fort Worth, Texas. And yes, you can visit the handbag workshop for a mere minimum, this was the last I heard, minimum purchase of 30 grand. Or if you want to see some behind the scenes of a Louis Vuitton factory, you can check out my video here from my time as an employee of Vuitton when we did visit the factory. I hope you enjoyed this content. I just found it interesting and, wanted to give you guys the 411 that the Vuitton family doesn't actually own the group, and that's the way it is with most of these luxury houses like Celine and Givenchy. There's not really someone named Celine who's sitting there with her designs. They're all owned by corporate. So what's interesting too is because he does own almost every luxury brand, the fact that they're competing against each other, raising the prices higher and higher to keep up with the mark, well, it's all controlled by one person. Let's not forget who became richer and richer and actually increased his billions during the pandemic when he raised prices of retail goods, raised the prices of your handbags, and cut commissions to the sales associates. So think about that, make a conscious shopping decision. I hope you enjoyed this content. Let me know. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can see all of my videos. Thank you so much, guys. My name's Michelle. Bye.